Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about brokenness in our world and damage and how we as Christians interact with that damage. We live in a world of brokenness. We all know this. Broken families and relationships, broken systems, broken societies. Our world is just a cracked image of what it was meant to be, like a broken phone. Not very much unlike a broken phone, actually. When we see a cracked screen, we know what it was before when it was whole. And we see the remnant of what it is now. A photo background jarred by the bolts of broken glass. When I see someone else in possession of a phone that has been badly cracked, my initial reaction isn't always the best. I believe the natural human response when seeing something broken is a cause and effect train of thought. How did it get broken? What caused the damage? And instead of allowing myself to stop at just wondering, I oftentimes pursue the thought with one scenario after another, attempting to factor in anything I know about the possessor of the damaged goods. Maybe it was dropped, maybe it was thrown, maybe it got run over, and on I go. And sometimes suddenly, instead of just letting my curiosity go and pursuing a different thought, I allow myself to categorize the person by the damage I've seen. And I'm not just talking about phones anymore. I'm talking about real-world damage, real-life hurt, with lasting repercussions. As Christians, we are all too familiar with heartaches and hurts working as Christ's hands and feet because we've seen damaged people. Damaged people. That word, damaged. It feels so cold and categorical because sometimes in my vain attempts to control the world around me, I pack all the information I receive into different boxes and label them to keep myself at ease. Because I don't want the information to get jumbled. I don't want things to mix. I keep everything in boxes labeled with things like trustworthy, intelligent, good memories, bad memories, helpful, and the box we're unpacking today, damaged. I feel that I often put that damaged box in a forgotten corner intentionally and ignore it, and I want to challenge that thinking in myself. I want to run toward the broken-hearted and the hurting, and I think that's something that we all have in common. All too often, as Christians, we shame the people who have struggled. We categorize them as having a lesser faith, or think things like, well, if they were right with God, that never would be happening. But why? Why do we walk away from these people? Haven't we struggled ourselves? Haven't we needed encouragement and uplifting in hardships? Haven't we desired the fellowship with the body of Christ when we were closed out from it? I believe that the temptation to walk away from brokenness shows in me a desire to not be associated with it, to project my unbrokenness to the world. But I don't want to do that anymore, and I'd like to encourage us to all be more like Job, to draw on God's faithfulness like he did in his suffering, and to hold fast to the truth of redemption and peace when we're failing. But maybe more importantly, to not be afraid to show that we're failing, because through our failing, we see the magnitude of God's deliverance. Let's not doctor our past or present circumstances to guard our pride. Let's rejoice in having a God that's mighty enough to walk with us through all of the hardships we face.